Wait, say like we?
So this stuck with me, right? And it was at the beginning of them, I think, dating or together when he finally decided to be on
The show.
On the show. And there was a moment I remember really perfectly because they were in the car and something happened and Kanye turns around to Kim and says, you know, everything we do is for controversy. All right? And I mean, I don't know, maybe it's sad that I remember that moment, but I remember it because it's so, for me, for my work, for everything I do, it's kind of like trying also to understand. And I really feel that they are the king and queen of controversy. They understand how to stay relevant. They understand what is needed to consistently stay relevant. Because today, and also the other thing I think of is as well, if you start with the stunts, if you start with the controversy, you have to keep going.
It needs to be actually kind of your motto.
It's your ethos, exactly.
It's the ethos. That's the right word.
It's your MO, you know, it really, that's what it is, right? So, you know, and also, you know, we were talking about it, like, you need to be a brand that can afford, because you're so relevant no matter what happens. But then you're classic, then you're a product maybe that is needed, but does that, you know, translate into people? But
I don't always feel like it has to be translated to people. I feel like sometimes it's just a matter of putting your name out there. At a moment when you're going a little bit low or down or whatever, just to boost a little bit your presence, I think, you need to do it. Let's be honest. After so many years, no matter what is David Beckham, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, I mean, they know what is in a general public opinion, what look nice or what doesn't.
True.
So recently, they show her wearing something for Balenciaga show, whatever. She obviously looks hideous. It was horrible.
Wait, not the LA.
No, she was wearing something like.
I mean, I love Air
really kinky and just weird, and everyone talked about it. So for like a week, they brought back tweet of Kanye saying, "Oh, I have to dress Kim every day because she embarrassed me so much." And I'm like, no, but I'm like,
the kind of tweets that live forever.
Yeah, but actually it does. And so it's relevant when they bring it back. But that's what, to go back to the stunt, is, I don't know, I can't find it. I think it was so horrible.
Yeah. Oh, the leopard, maybe?
No, it was just like a couple of layers of lace, and I mean, it was really weird. It was a really, really weird message. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure that sometimes when you actually are just on the good high, you dress well, you act well, everything is okay, kids are good, there's no scandal around you, your ex husband is fine with you, everything is cool. You're like, but I'm not relevant anymore, because that's what sometimes boosts my career.
It doesn't always have to be controversial, right? It's understanding how to consistently keep yourself relevant. I think the only difference with them is that if they don't find something that is non-controversial, they don't have an issue. What I'm trying to say is they don't have an issue with being controversial, because I don't think they believe that any press is bad press, right? Which is kind of like historically
exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So there is no bad press. There is just press.
Yeah. Well, look at how she started. So.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no matter what they talk about me, as long as they actually talk about me, everything is fine.
As long as they're talking.
As long as people are talking.
There's so much going on all the time, and we see. I mean, one day, and I feel like it's no longer 15 minutes of fame. It's literally 15 seconds. Right?
Yeah, 50 seconds. Yeah.
But personally, in conclusion to this, for me, I look at this and I think, today you have to build a base that is consistent if you want to have some kind of longevity with anything that you do. Then you need to understand that you need to top up with consistent not controversies, but you top up with consistent news, things, collabs. But collabs at the end of the day is that. Collabs is a way for brands to continue them being relevant, right?
Exactly.
And tapping into pop culture, tapping into what people want.
And true, I'm like, the more you're talking about it, the more I'm saying to myself, you know what? At the end, there's food for everyone. And I feel like we can't, not all fashion brands can be a Bottega or the Roro or
Because not every consumer is a Bottega.
is a Bottega consumer, but also just like the way those brands will actually communicate with the consumer. It's a total different approach.
Yeah.
Saint Laurent,
Yeah.
they have total different approaches. Saint Laurent has a target; they want to stick to it. It's a guy who is skinny, who is tall, who is pale, who is dark, but it's a certain aesthetic, and that's where they're gonna keep driven and give it as a message. I feel like you need in all of this a Vuitton who's gonna be a little bit more flashy. You need a Marni who's gonna be a little bit more extravagant. You need a Rick Owens who's gonna be a little bit more dark. You need a Dries Van Noten who's gonna be a little bit more arty, with print, really sophisticated. You need all of that. You need your Zara in the middle. You need your H&M. You need your collaboration.
Fashion is about expression. It is about what is happening in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Ultimately, what's happening in the streets, what's happening politically, like everything is kind of drawing. Fashion is meant to draw from that. But I think one of the bigger discussions today is where is the inspiration coming from? And
I think that the inspiration, mostly, as you said, comes from more, you know what? More from social movement,
okay.
more than, I would say, a fashion moment. Let's say we are going through a time of crisis in the world because of war in this place, because of, I don't know, in France there's a strike for this, the Olympic Games are coming, this one is happening. So I feel like this is what influenced more actually our fashion industry and the decision that people they will take in terms of what they're going to pull out.
Yeah.
That's what I feel drives more. We talked about the mob wives.
Oh yeah, this also again, it's something that where I'm like, okay, have we really moved that quickly? We were literally just talking about the clean girl aesthetic, you know, and the very scando vibes, and now we're moving like
into a hoochie coochie with long nails No, but I'm like, I'm not talking about that long nails. I'm talking about this. Those that you can't do anything with.
But that, Cardi B, I don't know if we're moving into that, but it's about the furs, it's about the red lips, it's about the big hair, big earrings, big everything. But then you're like, okay, is that really in line with what is happening when there's so many big conversations about sustainability and about buying less? I mean, which generation is this mob wife aesthetic really kind of? First, I see the kids; they're buying.
But actually, when you think about it,
my niece bought a fur.
It's more. Again, it's more trend. You remember? I mean, because we are both on TikTok, but you're more active than I am. You have seen so many trends.
Yeah.
Dance this. Contest of whatever it is. Let's do the Duba dance. Let's do the Duba this. I remember I was the only thing.
That's your point of view on TikTok, guys.
Oh,
okay, little alert. It's moved away from the dance things. But okay, and now Universal has totally ruined that part because they've pulled out all the music. But yeah, okay.
No, but listen. The thing is, it's some small movement that he will throw out there, and everyone will follow for like a couple of months.
Yeah. True.
And everyone is into it. Like, you remember, like during COVID, when the banana bread, the famous feta tomato that you put in the oven and you put your pasta.
By the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you put the pasta at the end.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how many potatoes and feta that people has been buying during that time?
So apparently in Norway, feta cheese got sold out.
Exactly. few videos of people going to
And people are saying
supermarkets.
TikTok doesn't have an effect.
Definitely has one. Definitely, that's what I was actually was talking. So when you actually think about it, let's say like you have an excess of fur in your stock, and you're like, oh my god, let me just throw out there a kind of contest or whatever it is. How would you call it?
Challenge.
Challenge.
Like
Okay, that's the word. The challenge.
But the era thing is the new thing, right? So the mob wife era, the clean girl era.
I think it was an answer to the quiet luxury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because quiet luxury wasn't making the money. So
yeah, depending for whom. Yeah, I think it was depending for whom. Like a lot of brands started to look at their stock. They said like, we're not there, so we need to find something because the quiet luxury killed what? Killed the sneakerhead industry. That killed a little bit the logo mania. It killed that a little bit. So we needed to find somehow a way to bring back something to.
It also meant that you didn't have to shop as much because you could literally wear the same.
You just wear your basics. You can wear your basics. Or if you're lucky, you go back to your mom and to your dad wardrobe and you take a couple of stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's. I feel like this is what maybe scared a little bit the industry, and they say like, let's put a couple of stuff out there. And they're trying to boost a little bit.
And if they are, then it's really smart because ultimately it's based on user-generated content, which means that, again, everyone looks at it and they're not thinking, oh, this brand plays that. I mean, unless it's really, really clear at all. You know, we said Adidas, I will still stand by it, Adidas comeback was through TikTok.
Have you seen my new samples?
No, let's see. Oh, yeah, Gilda got those too.
Yeah. Because his and hers first time.
So
yeah. No, but
you guys have the green ones too.
Yeah, it's actually as well, yeah.
See?
Yeah, no. But Adidas, I mean, despite the fact that they lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are actually.
What do you mean they just relaunched?
Yeah. And they got booed for that. Yeah, me too. But I mean, listen.
But your man is really out here, like, no. You know what? I mean, this would need, like, I feel 10 episodes. Just his chief of staff needs 2 episodes on his own. And then this, yes, Jules, like, no, cancel. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, at least keep the right people around you. You're so smart. You're so talented. You're just a brilliant creative. I don't want to
but a little
say
bit too
human
extreme.
being at this point because I don't even.
But a little bit too extreme.
Do you think he's gonna kick OBJ's ass?
No, I think he's cool with that. I think I feel like maybe the image of a guy like this makes him feel a little bit better to have someone like this around his kids. You know what I mean? Like I think he had kind of was cringe when